Think we're live. Let's just give a quick check. Why is it not showing live?
You messed it up.
I messed it up. How dare you, Bernie? Oh yeah, there it is. Okay. All right. We're gonna wait for a few people to get in here. We're gonna have a very interesting comment show this week. Ellie, welcome, your first ALO. Let's go. You betcha. I want to welcome all the new King Solomon. Welcome. John Danicola, welcome. Nice to have you in here as well. Let's hit that like button. Let's get more people in here. Today's going to be a really interesting show, guys. Probably the most important comment show that I've done in a long time. I want to welcome all new viewers. You guys are going to be surprised where the new viewers are coming from. I did an update on DMA sentencing, and it caused quite a stir, in a good way, I think. Wishy Bishy, welcome. King Bluto, welcome. Nice to have you in here as well. Nanya, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Welcome one and all. Let me go ahead and hit you guys with some intro music, and then we'll discuss some really wild events that happened this week, and we'll go from there. But here we go. Here's some intro music for you all. I think I was gonna do some different intro music, but I think I'll just stick with the same intro music here. All right, welcome everybody for the comment show for 9:30, the last waning moments of September of 2023. This is MLH. This is the comment show. We're gonna have an interesting show this week, guys and gals. There might be some new people, some new faces that you see in chat. And I hope that everybody welcomes these people with open arms and open minds, open hearts, all of that good fun stuff. Why am I saying that? Well, I covered DMA's sentencing, and another channel picked up on my reporting, and it happened to be what they deem a frauditor channel. They are kind of like, they're not, I don't think they're anti-auditor, but they have a certain feeling towards 1A amendment people and the methods in which they go about their business. So I want everybody to please, if anybody new comes into chat, please welcome these people. Just because they have a different mindset doesn't mean that we can't bridge the gap between communities and look at things maybe from a different perspective. We can agree to disagree on a lot of things, but one thing I want is everybody to be respectful, etc., etc. Welcome, Joko. Nice to have you in here, and everybody. Howard County, nice to have you, Nanya, and everybody else in chat. I really appreciate you all being here. But we're going to go ahead and get started with the comments because I've got a ton of them. I had an influx of comments. A few of them are, I believe, a little misguided and kind of nasty. But we'll go through those, and then we will go through a lot of the positive feedback that I've gotten from the quote frauditor community. So let's get started at the way bottom here. Neslover gives me some emojis as always. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. She also says happy birthday, Bernie. So that was from 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, but thank you.
Yeah, Bernie's here in studio.
Lovies.
Yeah, so thank you, Nez. Really appreciate that. King Bluto, who's in chat, says, missed this one. I'll catch next week's. Have a great rest of your weekend, MLH. Thank you, King Bluto. I've had a pretty weird week. We'll definitely talk about it. John DeNicola, I don't know if I said hey. Struck by lightning, Teresa. What's up? Nice to have you back in. Brandon Mitchell, good morning. And if I missed anybody, I do apologize. The mods should give you a good shout out in there. But I try to catch everybody as they come in. It is what it is. Okay, let's continue on here. Lou, my good buddy Lou. I did a video from Tiny Town, which is an actual little mini town in Colorado, about 40 minutes away from Denver. And unfortunately, it was closed for the season. But next season, I'll make sure and do a full video from inside Tiny Town. It's basically a lot of oversized like doll houses, and they're pretty meticulous. They got roofs. The interiors are filled with miniatures and stuff like that. But it's a whole little mini town. So one day I'll take you through the whole thing. Lou said, that's cool. It is very cool. And if you're ever in the Denver metro area, make sure you check it out. Johnny Bravo says, nice to see you up there. Haven't seen Tiny Town in over 20 years. Tiny Town's something that people just forget about for a long time, Johnny. I hadn't been up to Tiny Town in probably that long, at least. Harry Nutt says, cool. Can we go back when it's open? Yes, we can. We'll go back when it's open for sure. So look forward to that next summer. Blue Unicorn says, this is gonna work today. So I okay. Right on, Blue. Nice to have you comment as always. Razor says, on my rabbit hole part 3 video, holy hole with a bunch of rabbit emojis. Yeah, those series of videos are interesting, and I think there's going to be more parts to those rabbit hole videos. If you get a chance to check those out, please tell me what you think of those videos and comment away, and I will definitely shout you out on the next comment show. King Bluto on that same video says, that was definitely a close call. Do cops need to change their ways? They put their orders in for recording, and that goes to the chief of police. The chief of police needs to brush up on his First Amendment rights. This is the whole point, King Bluto. I was fully expecting to get arrested in that video, and I almost did, for simply standing there recording. I was being respectful. I didn't make a scene. None of that. Matthew, welcome. Thanks for the coffee. Appreciate that. I do want to get those signs taken down because they're hiding behind basically a funeral statute, of a funeral Colorado statute. So, it talks about causing commotion. It's just the standard BS, and those signs actually mean nothing. It was the previous Denver chief's ordinance that he put up, and it actually doesn't mean anything. The only thing it does is allow officers to arrest you if you're recording in there, and the charges always get dropped because it's pretty ridiculous. Howard County Observer, who's in chat, said, give me a thumbs up I like what Howard County does. He gives me a thumbs up, and he lets me know which thumbs up, like if he's the 5th one, 22nd one, whatever. And I do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like button if you're in chat right now, because that brings more people into this chat. And I'm telling you guys, this is going to be one of the most important comment shows that I ever do. So I've got an influx of new people, and we'll talk about it in a minute. King Solomon says, I didn't get the notification. Yeah, sometimes the notifications don't go out, Solomon. I don't know what that is, but I'm glad you watched the video. Hope you had hope you enjoyed it, and I'm glad you commented. Appreciate it. Joko, who's also in chat, said, hey. What's up, Joko? Nice to have you in chat, and thank you for commenting on that video. Noel said changes will be made on the same video. Yes. eventually those signs will be taken down, Noel. They're just being stubborn about it. I really don't know what's keeping the new chief from taking those signs down. It's as easy as him just ordering all the stations to take those signs down. All they do is just give police another reason to put their hands on you. Matthew said, great video. Thank you very much, Matthew. I do appreciate it. Pillone, one of the OGs, says, just like the movies, stay tuned next time. Thanks for the video, MLH and KDOT. Thank you, Pillone, for being there from pretty much day one and sticking with it and commenting and all that stuff. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Keeper of the List on the same video says, ancient Chinese proverb, never dive into a rabbit hole. It might be too tight. I'll leave it up to Keeper to inject a little hot tub into the comment show. He also says, MLH, I thought you were going to give KDOT your undies there for a minute. I think I was giving high praise to KDOT. Oh, I know what that was in reference to, because I started handing him over my keys and my wallet and everything, because I felt that they were going to arrest me. So I mean, I'd rather KDOT have all that stuff. So there you go. Smeghead said Officer Chase is a Cupid stunt, which if you rearrange those letters, then you get his meaning. Yeah, it was not a pleasant interaction there. Let's just put it that way. Blue Unicorn said 713. Here, hold my stash too. Yeah, I mean, I think I did give KDOT my stash, to be honest with you, Blue Unicorn. I think I had a couple of joints with me. I could be wrong. Blue Unicorn says, geez, pigs are so busy running their mouth to hear anything being said to them. Well, I mean, the video speaks for itself, Blue Unicorn. I was very calm for the most part until I got outside, and then I gave that one sergeant a piece of my mind, because he was it was Officer Uchek. Juicer69 Rita says, no Colfax run on my no Colfax run. Gave me a bunch of emojis. Thank you very much, Rita. Really appreciate it. Rita has an interesting channel. She shows a lot of old school movies, on premieres. She kind of sneakily does it, and I love it. It's great. Blue Unicorn also says, I was thinking about this and how much you want to bet if you took this footage of these interactions to the Denver 7 News station, they'd probably do a story on it. They're probably starving for stories. Why would I do that, Blue Unicorn? Hand them content. Why would I hand the local news anything? They are extremely jealous of their competition. I am direct competition to Denver 7 News. I'm sure they would love to do a story on it, but they would make it look very unflattering on my side. Razor, I'm sure MLH still hasn't changed his vest since he thinks it's let you finish that. I have no idea what you're talking about. Ellie, I don't sleep in my vest, although, I probably should. All right, let's continue on. King Bluto on my No Colfax run post says, yes, these rabbit hole videos are very interesting. Enjoy them all so far. It is interesting. I don't think we're done with them, King Bluto, but I have to think about my next moves with them, because the whole point is to not get arrested, which I'll talk about a little bit more later for sure. Let's continue on. Blue Unicorn on Rabbit Hole Part 4 says, honestly, I'd rather see them sit there and do nothing. The state forces us to pay them, so it's not like I pay them. They rob us. So my thoughts is, if they rob us and don't work for us, I'd rather they sit there and do nothing for the money than go drive around looking for more of us to rob. I understand the sentiment, Blue Unicorn. I really do. But the point is, I'm not paying them to sit there and do nothing. I'm paying them to patrol and keep the city safe like they're supposed to do. And sitting there really aggravates me. If you go to the roots of this channel and you look at some of the videos I've done, I became pretty famous for finding cops just sitting there doing nothing in mass quantities and scattering them. Hence the term cockroaches. So, Cajun Randy, good morning. Nice to have you in here. Am I missing anything? Okay, Razor. It's all good in the hood. But I do appreciate it, Blue Unicorn. I'm not gonna sit them on their laurels. That's not what they get paid to do. I mean, you could make the argument they get paid to harass and bother and arrest, but I understand what you're saying, Razor. It depends on whether or not they want your ID. If they do want your ID, then littering would be an issue, but only then, which is always. If it's a fellow cop, then that would be a circumstance where they don't care at all. So he's not lying. Yeah, see, they weren't interested in they weren't interested in enforcing the law like they should. Even if it's one of their own. Somebody put it to me this way: it's not a thin blue line; it's a thick blue line, and that thick blue line gets thicker and thicker all the time to where the whole flag is going to be blue, just one solid blue, thick line. Bernie's in chat, and she's next to me. What's up, Bernie? Say hi. Say hi to everybody.
Hi.
I don't know why you do all these weird things when you say hi to everybody.
I don't know either because it's fun.
I guess. Okay. All right.
Hi, everybody.
Yay, that's better. Okay, 216 Blue Unicorn says, also throwing anything out of a moving car is a separate charge, I think. I think you're right, Blue Unicorn, but I did look it up and I didn't see anything else. So if somebody can correct me, it's more than just littering if you throw something out your car, and maybe somebody can look up the Colorado statute, but I did a peripheral skim of the statutes and I didn't find anything other than the littering statutes that were mentioned in Rabbit Hole Part 4 by KDOT. McDonald says, I wonder if the song they play while you wait in a way affects your way of thinking. You mean the elevator music that they play while you're on hold? That's an interesting thought experiment, McDonald. What do you think? What do you think? Is it meant to affect you in a certain way? I know when you call like a cable company, it's very soothing. Sometimes they'll have smooth jazz on there just to kind of calm you down and lull you into a sleep, type thing. And, I think it should be like a heavy metal elevator music, so that way you're like pumped when you talk to somebody, although that might cause some issues. I don't know. What do you think, Bernie? You think what kind of music do you think they should play when you're on hold with let's say you're on hold with the police department? What kind of music should they play?
If they do heavy metal, I might get too excited and then do weird things and probably get arrested.
Well, you heard it here first. That's an exclusive.
Veronica. Maybe 80s music.
80s music would be a good choice. Veronica, welcome. Nice to have you in here. Let's see. Hi, Bernie. It's funny your MLH is typing to do a comment video, but he never mentioned you until now. Well, I mentioned her at the beginning. Rewind, Razor. All right, let's continue on. Rabbit Hole Part 4. Razor, who's in chat, I just mentioned, says he's still a blue line thug, wouldn't comment on his partner. Of course, they can't help themselves but protect their own, man. Keeper says, Kay, how big is the rabbit's hole? You cochino, Keeper. All right, let's keep going. Keeper also says on my Colfax post, you just like saying hole. Why was he breathing on you like that? That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, that I couldn't tell you, Keeper. I mean,
what he was doing?
Well, no, he wasn't doing that. But the guy was pretty close. It's like,
He wanted to French you.
Ugh. Stop it, Bernie. Stop it. Can I finish? This is a serious show. All right.
Sorry,
but I'm gonna kick you out of studio if you keep it up. All right. Pallone says, MLH, I think that dirty rat wanted to kiss you. Just what Bernie said, Pallone. The others were okay, thanks MLH and KDOT. The others were slightly better, Pallone, I will say that. But there's a lot of subtlety to that video, which we can definitely get into. Thanks, Matthew 962, littering from vehicles, presumption. I'm reading. Yeah. So it's a different charge. They should play FTP if you're on hold with the police department. King Solomon says, fuck the police. That's what they should play, huh? NWA's fuck the police. Okay, I get it. Thanks for being here, Veronica and everybody else. I appreciate the support. All right, let's continue. Colorado Springs, yeah. I mean, it's pretty similar up in Denver, Matthew. Pretty similar. Fiction, the other dimension, says they all got to have body cams activated for safety and transparency. They have cameras in the buildings for security purposes, yet citizens are not allowed to document their interactions with police in public spaces for their own protection and safety. Sounds like a setup waiting to happen. Seems like there's a lot more going on in this town than a free citizen taking pictures. What are they hiding? See, that's the impression that you get, Fiction. I'm glad you brought that up because it's my point exactly. If the government can have cameras overhead, and if the statute is you cannot record in a public library, public lobby, not library, I misspoke. Why do the cops get away with doing it on their body cams? Why is that? Why do they get away? They should be arresting each other when they have to turn their body cams in that lobby, right? Rules for me, but not for thee. Or rules for thee, but not for me. You know what I'm saying? All right, Howard County, thanks for the thumbs up on Rabbit Hole Part 4. Really appreciate it. You guys should check out Howard County's channel. He has some good content. I hope you put out more, Howard County. Pugface. What in the blue hell? Bernie just showed me something very naughty. Put that on your channel, Bernie. Jesus.
Read the caption now.
I know. It's the inside of a mushroom, but it doesn't look like that. Pugface gave me a waving hand emoji on the Rabbit Hole Part 3. Thank you very much, Pugface. Pugface is a great singer, and he's got a great channel.
Well, Pugface should come on the hot tub.
He should. There's your challenge, Pugface. Come on the hot tub, if you dare. If you dare. Fab Daddy, good morning. Nice to have you in here. When I get time, Howard County says. Yes. Kelly C says, bro, there's a public link to the trial. Just link that on the Elijah McClain thing. There actually isn't, Kelly C. I checked it out. Now, there is a camera in the courtroom, but it's not live streamed. So there's no live stream of it. So you have to get information from people like me. The lame stream's not going to report everything the right way, so why would you rely on lame stream after the fact? I'd rather be inside the courtroom taking notes. I'll try to get back out there this next week. So Bernie said, come on the hot tub.
Yeah,
Did she say that?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, you did say that. Okay. Michelle says, K-Dot, you were so polite. He was very polite on the phone, and you saw the treatment that he got. So what does that tell you? Gimmickless says, you guys should have gotten that guy's name that tried to stop you from getting the other cop's name. That was a clear attempt to try and stop you from getting public information and file a complaint. Yes, Gimmickless, you're 100% correct, but sometimes discretion is the better part of valor, and you have to try, because if you go down this another rabbit hole of trying to correct every little thing, it's madness. We could file complaints till the cows come home, and but there are certain things that we will go all the way till the end of time for, and I even told, I think if you listen back, you can hear me say, get his name and badge number, but K-Dot didn't hear me, and I mean, it's not, I'm sure we could figure it out, Gimmickless, that's not the point, but you are right, but there were bigger fish to fry, if you know what I'm saying. I am happy, welcome, nice to have you in here, man, I haven't seen you in a little bit, nice to have you in here, I am happy. You guys are going to want to stick around for this whole comment show, because I think this is going to be one of the most important comment shows I ever do. We'll get into it. All right. Gimmickless also says, we investigated ourselves and we found no wrongdoing. That's a common theme with them. They like to investigate themselves and find no wrongdoing, you know. Gimmickless also says 3 sergeants for maximum service. Yeah, see, that was my question. Why did it take 3 sergeants. I mean, they were fully expecting to arrest me. That's what it was. Gimmickless also says, when I zoom in on my phone, the picture's too pixelated and blurry. I can assure you, Gimmickless, when we slowed it down, you can, if you get to a laptop or a tabletop computer, desktop computer, slow down the footage a little bit, and you'll be able to see exactly when that piece of paper came from his window, because you can see it in the rear view mirror. There's no mistaking it in it. Why weren't news cameras allowed in the Elijah trial, Cajun? Well, why do you think, Cajun? Why do you think, man? MLH, did the sorry soon to be voted out of the office ever get called to set up an appointment? Yeah. Yeah, the judge said it, Cajun Randy. So they don't want a spotlight on it because they know it's completely wrong. And Elijah Klein was definitely murdered. Chemicless also says, had to wait till all the series was released so I could binge watch it. Hey, that's the way to do it. So we got Rabbit Hole 1 through 5. You guys should definitely check it out. I hope you guys enjoy those videos, because I almost got arrested for doing nothing more than holding a camera. I was pretty calm inside the building. I got a little heated outside the building, but you know. All right, here's my first comment, my kind of hate comment, I guess. On my DMA sentencing live update video, Papa Woody says, "What is this costume you're wearing?" It's not a costume. It's called style, Papa Woody. You might look in the mirror and maybe take some pointers. You know, vests are pretty stylish, especially of the leather kind. I always wear a hat, usually a horror themed hat and a horror themed shirt and sunglasses. So there you go. I hope that clears it up for you. Thank you very much for stopping by and commenting. All right. Now, we're going to get into a lot of comments from the frauditing community, as they call themselves. And I want you guys to listen to all these and keep an open mind, open heart, and really welcome these people in, because the whole point is trying to bridge the gap and try to make people understand why people like myself, I can't speak for others, but you know, why I do what I do and why it's important that we stand up for our rights, etc. But let me read this comment. Frauditor Troll source was in the process of getting out of downtown too. It wasn't that he failed to show up or report. I don't think I ever said that he failed to show up or report, Bibby. I mean, I don't even know the guy. I think he sent me an email, and it was kind of a weird email. I don't know what he was trying to say or do, but, you know, whatever. DMA didn't appeal the conviction because he was more interested in having his name becoming infamous. That's a possibility. I will grant you that. Big difference between case law, as he originally claimed, versus having his name infamous. Once his name went on record, he did a live stream stating the conviction was a win for him. Well, see, I don't watch his videos. BB year 336.99. I don't watch his videos, so I mean, how would I have known that? You know, I mean, I don't care to watch his videos. I think they're, you know, if we're being honest here, I think they're trash. Once his name, okay. Also, what he earns this year is significantly more than last year. He made $11,000 just off the federal arrest videos. I don't know where you got those numbers, BB. I think maybe Social Blade or stuff, but I know he makes a shit ton of money. Okay, that's not even in question, and I think I made that very clear. No, Chili did not convince him to go in. I didn't say he convinced him to go in. He was a factor in him going in. I don't think he would have went in there if Chili hadn't prodded him. He had plans starting an entire year earlier and multiple videos in which he said he knew he would be arrested and wanted to be arrested in order to make case law in his name. I have heard some of those things, BB. Had nothing to do with anyone else. See his own prior videos as proof. No, but he was very hesitant in those videos, BB. I think you need to go watch that video again. Rosie Things, welcome. Nice to have you here. MLH, was that because of a comment in your chat that you read said that not you? Okay. All right, Ellie. Maybe that's what it was. I mean, I misinterpreted that previous. My apologies. The Ginger vid is BS because DMA disposed of what transpired before Ginger ever approached DMA, meaning none of DMA's own actions, including being told he could not record inside the building, were not included in the video. DMA refused to debate Ginger unless Ginger removed his privacy strikes on DMA's videos. This is true. I understand this. Ginger produced the email as proof that DMA put that condition on the debate, so Ginger refused. This is also true. I acknowledge this, BB. Knowing that DMA would likely never follow through with the debate once the privacy strikes were removed. I agree with that wholeheartedly. We're we can talk about it till we're blue in the face, but nothing you said there was untrue, BB. So, except I will say I don't think it much matters. There's going to be some interesting, not revelations. Nothing I'm going to say is going to be revelatory. TubeSock, what's up, TubeSock? I know who you are. Yeah, no, yeah. Well, I mean, thanks for the troll. I'm not going to read your comment, TubeSock, but thanks for the troll comment. Really appreciate the money, though. Let's see. This is also TubeSock. I will tell you this is a no drama stream, so please be respectful. I'm welcoming in all of the frauditing community into the channel and all that. Oh, that video was put behind a paywall, Ellie says. See, that's another problem. Of what I'm saying, putting your content behind a paywall is the very antithesis of being pro First Amendment and free press, right? So if you're putting your shit behind a paywall, then you're doing it all wrong. Sorry, but you make up your own mind. If you choose to go in the building with the possibility of arrest, that's your decision, but outside influences didn't help things either. That's my point, John and Nicola. I mean, he is responsible for his own actions. I fully agree with that, but the fact that other people egged him on, like Chili, didn't help matters. And I really wish DMA would have looked at his comments, because I know myself and Ellie were screaming at the top of our lungs, do not go inside that building. You can't fix stupid. You know what I'm saying? You just can't fix it, I guess. So that's what I'm saying. Who am I missing here? Welcome on in, TubeSock, by the way. Hope you can keep an open mind too, just as everybody in this chat will keep an open mind. Let's continue with the comments. For your information, a narcissist, DMA is an admitted narcissist, does not change and has no concern for anyone but themselves. Facts, baby. I can't dispute that. They are not capable of that kind of inclusion into their being. He is not an activist. I agree with that as well. He is a narcissist who wants attention, chaos, destruction, idolization from others, and social media infamy. It has nothing to do with activism. Again, no lie detected, BB. Notice how he has flipped on every claim he originally made for the first 2 years he was out there. And he is the very definition of a frauditor. Claimed he welcomes free speech on his channel, yet he blocks all non-supporters and handpicks his subscribers. He's in it for the activism, yet always seeks after the views and money to be made by the videos rather than real free speech. Claimed he does it to educate citizens, and yet does nothing more than pick fights while doing no sort of any education. Always takes the arrest and never takes a plea deal. That's not entirely true, BB. He has taken plea deals, which taking plea deals is nonsense if you think you're in the right? So I don't think we're too far off on our thinking here, BB, but you did get that little portion wrong. He got out of 2 Sheridan convictions through a plea. Okay, so you do admit that he did take a plea deal that required him to do community service. So far he has refused to do, and said he will never serve 1 day of community service. That's completely I agree with you, BB. That's wrong. If you take a plea deal for community service and you don't follow up on that, that's fucking ridiculous. As did Sweet Tea, who got her record expunged by doing her community service hours on the plea she took. Notice he never updated his subs on that issue for either of them. The case law issue that he calls a, quote, win, claiming he doesn't dox people, which is just a moronic joke for him to claim since he has doxed several people. Again, BB, no lie detected there, including citizens who have done nothing, who have nothing to do with the right to record in public. He continues to dox every person who crosses his path, and the evidence of that is all over his channel. He's in it for himself and himself only. I couldn't agree with you more, BB. I mean, I made this very clear on that video. I hope you took the time to actually listen to the whole thing, because I agree with almost all of your points. You know, I agree with you, and I call bullshit out for what it is. I mean, that's why I'm getting a lot of you folks to come over and see that, you know, there are people that aren't quote-unquote frauditors. I'm trying to bridge the gap here. I'm agreeing with you that there are a lot of people in the 1A community that are complete opposite of what they pretend to be, but I'm also recognizing that, you know, not everybody in the frauditor community recognizes that there are good people doing this. So I'm trying to show you that there are a few people that are doing the right thing. So keep listening and keep watching the videos. I hope you subscribed, and I hope you watch my videos, because I'm trying to do the right thing here, unlike others. Okay, let's go to this video. Fab Daddy, who's in chat, says DMA got the short stick. I disagree, Fab Daddy. I don't think he got the short stick. I think he did the wrong thing, and he got exactly what was coming to him. Nikki said DMA is the short stick. I can confirm that. He's shorter than I am, Nikki, and I'm 5'8.5", 5'9" on my best days. He's shorter than I am. And NY Yankee fan gave a laughing emoji. Thank you all for commenting. Talks Vlogs says, love video, enjoy watching, keep safe, God bless. Thank you very much, Talks. Appreciate that. MLH, the screen is blurry. It shouldn't be blurry anymore, Jonas. Good morning. Back to Chatio, TubeSock. Okay. I'll talk about that in a minute. Does anybody else have a blurry screen? Let me know if you got a blurry screen. I do apologize if it's blurry. There's not much I can not blurry? Okay. I think we're good, Jonas. It might be on your end. I don't think anybody else is having an issue. Do apologize for that. I hope it gets better. No blur, What's Truth says. What's up, What's Truth? Nice to have you. Yeah, see, the video's good to go. Yeah, okay. Let's continue on here. It's a good day for America, user if6h whatever says. Thanks for commenting on my video. I don't know if it's a good day for America, but justice was served, I guess. So anytime in the interest of justice, I guess it's a good day. All right, I got to go up here to get the original comment. Hold on. Let's see. Okay. Here's Fiction. He says, how sad that DMA has to go to prison or jail or whatever holding facility that plan to put him in, regardless of his personality. And I challenge any haters out there who like to talk about soap dropping and other horrible things to spend 24 hours in prison. See, I agree with that. I don't think we should revel in any type of punishment. What does that make us? It makes us the monsters that we, purport other people to be. I don't take pleasure in any type of punishment. It's not a pleasure thing. If you take pleasure from other people getting put in jail, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, was the sentence just? In my opinion, slightly harsh, but hey, I mean, we live in a harsh world. So Tofor, welcome. If I missed anybody, I do apologize. Much better now. It was on your end. All right, right on, Jonas. Well, welcome back. I wonder if you all could make it the first hour of prison. Hopefully he will come through this and find a real focus on his constitutional activism. I hope so too, Fiction. I hope he actually reassesses things. I don't have high hopes for it, though. May God bless him and keep him face to shine on him. May he have peace and abundance and find kindness instead of harshness. In the name of Jesus, amen. Okay. Nice little prayer there, Fiction, and I hope it works. Let's just put it that way. Lazy Gweet artist says, well, I mean, he is entirely responsible for his predicament. I agree. Sure, he made those choices, but that's no reason to ever hate anyone. God is the only true judge, and the wicked tongue slays three persons, the one speaking, the one being spoken to, and the one being spoken of. In this world, I found only the truth seems to be silenced ever, so he must have been doing something right. No, not in this case, Fiction. I know you're trying to make the argument that he is, but I don't believe he was doing the right thing. He was arrested for trespassing, I believe, was the charge. Rosie, I have to go back and look at my notes. Let's see. Nothing will ever get better unless we figure out how to bridge the gap, Ellie says. I agree, Ellie, and that's what I'm trying to do. Holding on to hate doesn't make you righteous. It just makes you hateful. 100%. Okay, let's continue on. No hate, just hate what he does. Maggie, there is, I understand why the frauding community hates what DMA does, because he does it the wrong way. And if you don't believe me, look at his record. He's 0-3, right? Contrast that with somebody like myself who's never been arrested, or somebody like KDOT who's also been arrested 3 times, but he's 3-0. So what does that say? One person is doing the right things, and the other person is doing the wrong things. So Maggie K, I don't see no lie detected there. Wendigo Flames says DMA is going to get blacked. See, I don't take pleasure in it, Wendigo, and you taking pleasure in somebody getting raped in prison is not a good look. I will say that. Let's be a little more civil and think of things in better terms. Did he get the sentence? Did he deserve the sentence? That's debatable. I happen to think it's slightly harsh, but I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility. Lazy Gweet Artist also says, what are you talking about? This has nothing to do with hatred. Christopher J. Cordova committed a crime, and now he's being punished for that crime. That is ethically, morally, and constitutionally right. But it is from your Christian perspective in accordance with the teachings of the Bible. Or else do you think that people who commit crimes should not suffer any consequences for those crimes? Conspiracy says Conspiracy Music says he got what he deserved and knew the consequences. Poke the bear some more. DMA is a little bitch, and I bet that's his role in jail or prison. Conspiracy. Again, I'm gonna urge people to think a little differently on these things and not taking pleasure with sentences and going to jail and stuff. It's nothing to laugh at. I mean, it's someone's freedom that's being taken away. So I think we're better than that. You know what I'm saying? So let's just continue being better. Honestly, I loathe the stupid drop the soap comments. It's disgusting, homophobic, and just plain childish. I agree, T. Doran. I don't think any of us should be thinking along those lines. He got his sentence, he got his just desserts, and let's leave it at that. Okay? Let me give you the thumbs up. Thank you very much, Fiction. I do appreciate your comments and everybody that comments. Keeper on the same video says, MLH, hope your day was good. It was good, and I think I had a good day, Keeper, so thank you for saying that. Prison and Trump is still free. I don't think he's going to go to federal prison. I think that low of a sentence, they don't actually take you to federal prison, which is something I mentioned on the stream. I think it's just going to be like in a county jail. I mean, they're not going to bother with 15 days in federal prison, even though it's a federal crime and all that. It's kind of a low level crime. You know what I mean? Harry says, great coverage. Harry Nuts. Thank you very much, Harry. Appreciate that. Let's go up to the original comment here. Empty Wood says, I think Ginger was just trying to protect his son. More parents are getting smart and doing what they can to keep their children from having an internet presence as long as possible. My daughter doesn't put pictures of my grandson on social media at all. Children's images are sometimes used for nefarious purposes. I agree, Empty Woods, but I'm not 100% on Ginger's side in that video. I think he actually injected his son into the video. If you go back and watch that video, he did turn to his son and start talking to him, so he kind of made his son part of the video. I think that DMA should have used better judgment. I don't think it's morally right to videotape kids in public, unless, like, if you're at a park and you're videotaping your kids and other kids happen to get into that thing, that's one thing. But I think you're right on the morality of things. I don't think it's morally right to actively, like, film a kid in public because of the nefarious things that people do with photos and pictures and videos and things of that nature. So appreciate the dono, TubeSock. He's going to federal prison. It's been posted already. Okay, so it is federal prison. I thought they would have. I don't know. For some reason, I don't know if I got my wires crossed, Ellie. I mean, with the sentence that small, I didn't think that they would go through the whole process of putting him in the federal pen, but apparently that's not the case. So, Ellie will get you caught up, Rosie. Don't worry about it. We'll get you caught up as we go along here. What kind of an activism supporter would simultaneously want police reform but be perfectly fine with or even cheer for abuse and torture in the prison system? I agree with you, Matthew. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's pretty sick. You know, it's not something that we should all wish upon. You know, it's not anything to take lightly. It's ridiculous. Anybody that thinks that way, just I don't understand. It's all about the clicks and views for the most part, ad revenue. They pick on the weak. You will never see them audit the motorcycle club or the homies on the corner because they know the outcome. Conspiracy, I think you're missing the boat on this one as well. The point of doing audits, quote unquote audits, is to hold government officials accountable. I mean, what are you going to hold the motorcycle club accountable for just living their life, or the homies on the corner? I mean, you know, I think you kind of you have to think things a little differently. Conspiracy, I respect you. I love your channel. You're a great musician, but I understand what you're saying. It is about the clicks and views, and we will talk about that as we go along here. Totally agree. He was just being a good dad, Nikki Red says. Nikki, I think you need to watch that video again. Actually, I want to tell you guys, the Ginger guy reached out to me in email form. I'm gonna have hopefully I'm gonna have a dialogue with him at some point. I think it's pretty important to talk to him, and bridging the gap is all about talking about the faults in what one's actions were as well as the other person's actions. So I would love to have that conversation for Ginger. So if Ginger, if you're listening, I hope that you respond to my email that I sent you back. And by the way, I'm going to be on a couple of channels. I'm going to announce it here. Either today or Monday, I'm going to be on Familia TV, which is a quote-unquote frauditing channel. And on Sunday, which is tomorrow, I'm going to be on the Frauditor Troll channel to do an interview with him. So you guys are going to want to tune in as members of the 1A community and otherwise. And you might find some refreshing takes, you know. Let's see. All right, just getting caught up on chat. It's all my fault, Good Citizen Media says. No, it's not your fault, Good Citizen. Drama sells more than the right thing, and people love the drama. That's exactly right, Ellie. I think Frauditor Troll put it succinctly. The reason that my channel hasn't grown exponentially is because it's kind of a non-drama channel, right? For the most part, the drama is usually in the camera frame on my channel. I don't like to cause drama, and I don't like to be involved in the drama. But slowly but surely, this channel is growing, I will say. So I think it's the right way to grow. Lazy Guitarist says, I'm an independent journalist gathering content for a story about convicted felon Christopher J. Cordova. This comment section seems to be full of frauditors like him, just wondering whether you hoping to join him. Let's get something straight here, Lazy Guitarist. This is not bridging the gap. Your comment makes no sense. My comment section was filled with people in the frauditor community, the frauditor troll community. So if you're calling your own fellow frauditor troll subscribers frauditors, I don't know what to tell you. Am I hoping to join them? I don't think you watched the video, and I don't think you watched my video, Lazy Guide Artist. I have no record. I have never been arrested. So why would you even say something like that? It's offensive, quite honestly. But thank you for commenting. User HH8 says, dumber Metro Audios, little Chrissy Serpina. We don't have to resort to ad hominems, do we? Is that what the frauditor troll community is all about? Ad hominems? I don't think so. I think you guys are better than that. You act like a good faxing. Ask Bernie. How dare you, Keeper? I know that was a sexual reference. How dare you? Oh, come on. Bernie cuffs you all the time. How dare you, Keeper? How do you know? Maybe I'm the one doing the cuffing. Maggie K says thanks for the video. Thank you, Maggie K, for, having the courage to come on my comments and comment. Hopefully you subscribed. Okay. I have plenty of drama on my channel, but it's usually me fighting with the disaster happening in my yard, Rosie says. Yeah, exactly, Rosie. I've seen your videos, Rosie, by the way. I check out things where I can. No record beat all charges so far, but I give them what they give me, Good Citizen Media says. I agree with that, Good Citizen. Give the money to Bernie. She works hard for it, honey. Yeah, exactly. She does work hard for her money. Hey, don't get arrested. I'd have to come and visit Bernie. How dare you, Keeper? You would do that, dirty, filthy pig. No, I'm kidding. You know that. Okay, let's continue on here. I know we have more. What the hell's going on? Okay, hold on. Here we go.
Why is it we love Keeper so much?
We do love Keeper. I don't know why I love Keeper. He's always wanting to get in your pants, Bernie. All right, Ed Stanislaw says, wow, what a great deal. I don't think it was a great deal. I think it was a little harsh. I talked about that, Ed Stanis. It was within the bounds of the law, so I guess I can't say it was too harsh. I mean, whatever. I mean, it happened, and it is what it is. Tube Sock. All right, I want to explain Tube Sock to everybody. He's from the frauditor troll community. He's definitely a troll. So he says DMA is innocent. He doesn't deserve this sentence. Okay, Tube Sock, thank you very much for commenting. I really appreciate it. What else we got here? And here's Tube Sock at his finest. Hold on, let me get to the original comment. He says, you are wrong on DMA and the Social Security Office. I, for one, thank DMA for protecting our rights in the Social Security Office. 99% of Americans thank DMA for that. Okay, troll Tube Sock, thank you for the comment. 99%? Where did you come up with that figure? In every audit video I see at these places, the people who are there get upset when the camera is pointed at them. User CG7 says, New York Yankees fan. I'm sorry, New York Yankees. Did the Yankees have a losing record this year? I'm not 100% sure on that. It would have been the first time in like 30 years or something. 99%? That's a whole lot of people that you are speaking of for, and I definitely don't count myself in that 99%. You don't realize that TubeSock is playing y'all, man. And these are Frauditor Trolls subscribers, by the way. 99% of all Americans loathe people like DMA. That's not true, T. Doran. Actually, only about 10%. The other 89% have no idea he exists. Okay, I don't know that. You haters are the 1% that hate the First Amendment, TubeSock says. Don't believe everything you see. Some of the haters in DMA videos are paid actors. This is common knowledge for those in the know. Okay, TubeSock, thank you for the comment. What rights exactly? You don't have a right to film the elderly and disabled trying to get benefits. Well, you don't have a right to go into Social Security office. I think that and film Jesse Oakrise. I think we learned that. So you'll never see me at that Social Security office. I can tell you that much, unless I'm just in the foyer and not the office itself. TubeSock says he wasn't trying to film them. DMA was simply gathering content for a news story, and they just happened to be in his shot. TubeSock, you're amazing. Let's just put it that way. All right, let's continue on. You even play your own people. I love it. Well played, sir. Well played. Let's see what we got here. Anything else in chat here? All right. Puma Lynn says a surrender date. We get shipped straight to prison. Your laws are very lenient. 15 days? I don't know if they're lenient, Puma. I mean, incarcerating somebody is pretty up there. Socktube, who's another troll, says let Johnny Bravo know he's a piece of shit. He hooked up with Regan and fell in love. How else do you think DMA should react? Bravo owes DMA a lot more than $500. He is scared. He's definitely not scared. Socktube. Thank you for commenting, though. I appreciate it. Speaking of, here's Fab Daddy. He says Ellie said to rewatch, so I am. Yeah, I think you need to rewatch. I don't know why the thumbnails get all twisted up. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna refresh, and then we'll get all of our ducks in a row here, and we'll go down to the bottom and we'll do some more comments. MLH and I do disagree on several things, but we respect each other's views. That's not what real friends do. Yeah, exactly. There's not a ton stuff, but there are a few things that we differ on. Like, but you know, the funny thing about Ellie and I discussing stuff is you know, if one person ends up being wrong, we usually go back to the other person saying, you know what, I concede, you know. Or if we have a different view later, we know we can go back to each other and talk about those things. Okay, so Fab Daddy says on my Justice for Jordell Richardson meeting, says it was a banger. It definitely was. If you haven't seen that video, check it out. Jonas, who's in chat, says, man, much love to you, MLH. That's why I rock with you. Stay solid and stay away from the negative. I try to as much as possible, Jonas. I mean, I don't like dealing with negative, things. But sometimes that's what we have to deal with, so we do the best that we can. Here's a hate comment. Joey Simpson, who's got a comment here, says, are this guy's parents brother and sister? No, I can assure you, Joey Simpson, that my mother and father were not brother and sister. Let's continue on here. Thanks for the update, MLH, Pillon says. And Johnny Bravo, happy days are here again. And then he sent me a link to the Happy Day song. So appreciate that, Pillon. Ardent Tizzy says it's good that he's going to jail and probation, but it's not enough. He should get at least a year in jail and probation for 5 years and making him get a job. Wow, really? Well done, Judge. One parasite on society is gone. I think you have to look at it a little differently, Ardent Tizzy. What he did was simply walk into a building with a camera. You think that's worth a year in jail? I mean, if you do, you have a twisted view of justice. You know, I don't think there was any monetary harm or physical harm or anything of that nature. I think his sentence was okay. You know, you should really, really think about that and maybe come up with a different conclusion at some point. Stop being a negative Nancy. I actually watch MLH because of the positivity and the hot tub, of course, Rosie says. See, that's what I'm saying. Just got my love comment. Thank you, MLH. You're welcome, Jonas. I appreciate you, and I appreciate everybody that comments on the stream, even if they are hate comments. Not saying yours was, but other people's. This is great news. DMA is an asshat. Well, you know, your opinion is your opinion, that dude. I tend to agree, but for different reasons. Maggie K says ridiculous on the Jordell Richardson meeting. I don't know what that's in reference to, Maggie K. Maybe you can clarify. It is ridiculous that this kid was shot the way that he was. LDM says, did you think this was going to make you look good? You got owned on my Slumlord and Scumbag video. Go back and look at that video again, LDM. Look at how I followed the cop all the way till he left. I owned that cop. Conspiracy Music says someone made the comment that you can't drink on probation. I don't know who that was. I don't think I said it, Conspiracy. Maybe I did. I'll have to go back and look. It's not true. He says, I got convicted of a third-degree felony. There was no alcohol clause, so I could still drink as long as I was doing it legally. Having an actual lawyer to represent you makes a world of difference, LOL. I think what it was in reference to, Conspiracy, is actually DMA has to take P-test. And he's got to do at least 20 of them, which is... Ooh, and you can't smoke weed because weed is still illegal federally. So I think it was about weed. I don't think it was about drinking. I think you can still drink for sure. King Bluto says, I thoroughly enjoy the way you keep it 100. I enjoy your content. Keep up with your good work out there, keeping the government and local officials accountable for their actions. That's purely the point. If you're in it for the right reasons, you're in it to keep government officials accountable for their actions. That's exactly right, King Bluto. So thank you for your comment. I really appreciate that. Let's continue on here. King Bluto says there's a lot of stuff that goes behind the scenes. It doesn't show up on camera. A lot of stuff that you don't see, and they don't want to discuss what goes on behind the scenes on camera. That's my feeling, and I'm sure a lot of people have the same feeling. Probably true, King Bluto. I mean, sometimes people are just camera shy. Sometimes people don't want to discuss things on camera because they don't want to be held accountable for their actions. So there you go. TubeSock comes in and says, or the paid actors the government plants in DMA's videos. Make it look like the public is outraged. DMA is fighting a behemoth system. God bless the man. TubeSock at it again. Jonas, thank you for the $5 super chat. I really appreciate that. He says much love to MLH and the Wrench Gang here. Thank you guys. We call them the MLH monsters for a reason because they are awesome. You got everybody in chat. You guys are really, really cool. I really appreciate it. I don't have a wrench. Does that mean you don't love me? I think he loves everybody, Rosie. Jen Wow says, K-Dot with the fire. K-Dot was awesome during that meeting. You guys have to check it out. I was here, Jen says. Thank you very much, Jen. Appreciate you. DJS Gravely says, this could be the beginning of frauditors. The beginning of the end for frauditors, of frauditors. Depends on your definition of frauditor, DJS Gravely. I think here's my thing. If you're in the quote unquote frauditor community, you know, the anti-frauditor community as you call yourselves, you can't say that every one of us is a frauditor. This is a bone of contention that I have with Frauditor Troll. He calls all of us frauditors. It's simply patently untrue. Are there a good chunk of people acting in bad faith? Yes, and those are what I believe that you guys are trying to get at, is that those people are the actual frauditors. There are a good number of people here that are not quote unquote a frauditor. I don't even consider myself an auditor, DGS Gravely. I consider myself an activist. There's a big distinction there. Let's see. I love everybody but hating trolls. Sometimes you have to contend with the trolls, Jonas, and let them speak, because sometimes, you know, they might have something interesting to say. They do serve a purpose. That's what I was just saying. Okay, let's continue on here. Nikki Red says, here's an interesting comment. I want you guys, this is what I said about you guys keeping an open mind on things, and I hope that the people on over, they've been very accommodating, very gracious, so I want you guys to keep this in mind. We're trying to bridge the gap. We're trying to tell people that there are a lot of nefarious actors out there, i.e. bad police that we need to hold accountable, bad government officials, politicians, mayors, city council people, things of that nature. So I want you guys to pay attention to these comments because they really mean something. So And I do appreciate everybody coming over from the Frauditor Troll community and making comments like this, because this is the point. We want an open dialogue. Really appreciate your coverage and how you tried to remain as unbiased as possible. I can't stand when auditors stick up for each other no matter what. That's a great point, Nikki Red. I don't like it either. That's exactly what everyone complains that cops do. You seem like a good guy here from the Frauditor Troll. Okay, this is what I'm talking about, bridging the gap. This person came over, saw that I was doing accurate coverage, or probably 95% accuracy on what I said. There were a couple things I think that were said that weren't 100% accurate, but I mean I was going off of memory, so but most everything that I said on that stream was 100%, so let's see what else we got here. Bucks and Six says, did he confess how much he is actually making, saying he made $20,000 last year total when he actually made $13,000 from his last arrest video? Maybe he should have been held in contempt for lying. Bucks and Six, okay. I don't believe he made only $22,000 last year. But I thought of ways that he could get around that. All right. I mean, there are ways that he may have hid his income, which is completely wrong. I don't believe he made a grand total of $22,000 last year. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, you roll around in new vehicles and you buy all kinds of new equipment, and you have one of the most expensive cameras on the market, and all these things don't add up to him just making $22,000 last year. Plus, making payments on a condo, which I think Johnny Bravo shot that down, saying that condo was actually his grandmother's. So, there's a lot of bullshit detected in there, Bucks and Six. So, and I'm just but one man, So, let's see. Gray Knight says both of those things can be true. You can make $22,000 last year and be making bank this year. Gray Knight, that's true, but there's no way he only made $22,000 last year, Gray Knight. I mean, come on, let's just call a spade, man. I mean, we can't. I mean, it's bullshit. He didn't make just $22,000 a year last year. And if he's lying, he's going to be caught on it. I will tell you that. Excavation Nation says, hey man, here from Frauditor Trolls channel. I want to thank you for your coverage of it. Thank you very much, Excavation Nation. Hopefully you can stick around and subscribe and understand that not everybody is DMA in this community. Not everybody wants to do the wrong thing here. And, I'm trying to bridge the gap here. Bucks and Six also says, I actually appreciate this video, MLH, and the candor. The question I would really like to ask DMA now is, was all of this worth it? Well, if you're making $11,000 for the videos and you can make that consistently, Bucks and Six, I think his answer would be yes. I mean, drama sells, like Ellie said in chat, right? So, I mean, if I'm making $11,000 every month or every other month, I think I'd be quite happy, But I wouldn't be happy with the morality of things. It's just not within me to do that. NY Yankees fan says, I'm also here from Frauditor Troll. You come across differently than a lot of the instigators, and quite frankly, I was surprised. Thank you for the information and your unbiased opinion. Thank you, NY Yankees fan. I really appreciate you coming on over from that community. I hope as well you can subscribe and understand that not all of us are in this thing for nefarious reasons. Not all of us are in it for clicks and views. Not all of us are here to antagonize people and make people's lives miserable. That's definitely not what this channel is about. And by the way, I'm not an auditor. I'm an activist. There's a difference there. I put on many hats on this channel. Part of it is auditing, but I definitely do auditing in the right fashion, at least so far, right? Okay. All right, here we go. Let's continue on. Doc P91B says, I found your channel through Frauditor Trolls video, and I'm an anti-frauditor type. I'm not an anti-First Amendment or even against video. I am against harassing people for clicks and views. I came to listen to your whole live and stayed because I thought your coverage was remarkably unbiased, detailed, and factual. Then you said things about letting your viewers draw their own conclusions, not editing your videos, and showing full context like an actual journalist. You've got a new sub, and I respect those that actually work with ethics and care more about their work than sensational clicks. Thanks for breaking all of this down. Doc P, I think you will find that another big part of my channel is doing actual journalism, and it's an interesting point that you bring up, because at one point in the sentencing hearing, the judge brought up the point of DMA talking about him being a citizen journalist, right? And you will often hear people say that in their videos. But there is a difference between a means to an end, right? So if you're considering yourself a citizen journalist, then report. Actually have things that people would be, and say things that people would genuinely be interested in hearing. If you're going to a library, for instance, then maybe you want to dictate, why you're at that library and why it's important, and maybe show people around the library, and maybe the library has some upcoming events and things of that nature. Actually report. Don't just go in and saying you're a citizen journalist to hide behind the journalism badge. There has to be context and content behind that, right? There has to be actual news. When I'm pulled over at a traffic incident, the news is right on the camera. There's somebody being pulled over. I want to make sure everybody ends up safe, and I will, to my best ability, give you guys all the facts as I know them. So thank you, Doc P91B, for understanding that, and I appreciate you subbing. It means a lot, and everybody else in that community that subbed, I do appreciate it. Great Night says, Frauditor Troll got really salty when I said that his contacts don't deliver the goods before you did, MLH. He lied about when his guys did get him word. It was like 20 minutes later. Great Night, I think that's why Frauditor Troll streamed my stream live. So I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I mean, it means a lot. I mean, I try to get the scoops before anybody else. A lot of times you will see me get news stories before the mainstream media gets out there. Several times that's happened. I've had I've had an amazing ride. Let's just put it that way. And I plan on continuing the journey, right? Getting you guys news as it happens. I do activism. I do auditing from time to time. I put on many hats. But Gray Knight, I really appreciate you. And he probably was salty, but I mean, there's what can I do about it? I just report. I am happy. He says, just asking MLH, is someone who stands on the sidewalk and films citizens going in and out of a church on Sunday an activist, auditor, or fraudster? I am happy. I'm going to say it's the latter. I don't understand. I think you're referring to SGV News. I used to watch SGV News a lot, and I stopped watching for those reasons. I don't think catching people going in and out of service is doing anybody a service. I mean, you always get a rise out of people that way, and drama sells. So I mean, that part of his channel, I think, is fraudster. I am happy. I don't like it. I wouldn't do it myself, but to each his own. SGV makes a ton of money from those videos, so Matthew says, glad to have this new subscriber, Doc P. Yes, Matthew, that's the point. We want to bridge this gap, right? Question, who buys a new Cadillac when $60,000 in debt? Ellie says. That's another good point. DMA did get up on the stand and say that he was $60,000 in debt, and that's why he was selling his condo, but yet he's driving around a brand new Cadillac now. What else do we got here? Ellie, I've noticed that oftentimes people with businesses foolishly believe that it's a good idea to get an expensive vehicle just for the write-off. Well, it's definitely a business now, right, Matthew? For sure. I am happy says, I don't see that as holding government accountable. Now, there is a whole other weird aspect of religion. I don't want to offend anybody. That's not what I'm in the business. I mean, I don't understand why religious institutions don't pay taxes. That I kind of have an issue with that. But if you're just sitting there harassing the average citizen as they're going in to worship, that's, I think that's BS. TubeSock, oh boy, says, MLH, what is your take on storefront journalism? We all know that is a growing field in media, and some more are experienced than others, i.e. Amagansett Press. You put it succinctly, TubeSock. Storefront journalism, is that even a thing? I mean, okay. Here's a little tidbit about Amagansett Press, guys. I know a lot of 1A people hold Amagansett in the highest regard, and I am not among those people. I think anytime you need to spend, an hour or 2 hours in front of a fucking, I think I saw him one time in front of a liquor store. Some weird arrangement in Utah where a liquor store is kind of run by the government, and you're sitting there and you're harassing people for hours on end just trying to get a rise out of them. I think that's completely wrong. I hope that clears it up for you, TubeSock. I'm not a big storefront journalist, I guess. Anytime a person records in public, it's an exercise of 1A. I agree, Fab Daddy, but I don't want people to get into this mindset where you're standing in front of a private business for an hour or two and expecting someone not to get upset about it. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Let's see. Nightmares Auditor says, filming churches, in my opinion, is no different than harassing somebody that is exercising their right to. Why would you mess with somebody's freedom of religion when you don't want nobody to mess with you? That's a good point, Nightmare. I mean, people do have the freedom of religion in this country, so what is the point of that? I agree. I don't think I would ever do that unless somebody told me, that this church treats average people walking along the sidewalk like shit or something. I might take a look at that. I don't know. Let's continue on here. I am back. 31 says, just saw your video after the DMA trial. Much respect to you. I hate 1A videos, but your honesty was a nice change. I'm hoping that you can watch some of the audits on my channel. I am back because it's auditing used to be righteous back in the day, and I'm trying to bring a lot of that back. Okay, I don't think you need to get a rise out of people in order to do a proper audit. So thank you for saying that. I hope you subscribed, and I hope you keep watching. A la Roach says, coming here from Frauditor Trolls channel. Normally I don't like this type of content, but this MLH dude and this other brother, speaking of K-Dot, wasn't saying anything I disagreed with here. These type of interactions need to be had. Here's what I'm saying. Here's a perfect example of what I'm saying of bridging the gap. Everybody on Frauditor Trolls channel is saying everybody's a frauditor and all that, but yet here this guy comes over, or woman, I don't know if you're either male or female, but thank you for coming over and recognizing that there is a point to some of this stuff. I really appreciate that, and I hope you continue to watch. Ellie, who's in chat, says, great job, MLH and Johnny. Thank you very much, Ellie. Appreciate that. Patrick says, I guess you can call me an anti-frauditor type of guy, but you earned my respect with this stream. You were unbiased, and I appreciate that. As you probably know, we've had to call out a few frauds in our community also. I am aware of that, Patrick, and I will address that on Frauditor Trolls channel tomorrow at 7 Eastern time. So make sure you check me out on Frauditor Trolls channel. And he's going to interview me. I think that's how the format is. I don't want to do a panel where I'm piled on and called a frauditor and all kinds of ad hominems. That's very unproductive. So hopefully we can have a very civil conversation. Charlie, 1951, says, I am by no means a fan of any frauditor, but I tip my hat to you. I'm not a frauditor, Charlie. Thank you for saying that, though. Of all the frauditors, I'm not a frauditor, I have seen, you're the only one with any class and actually doing what First Amendment auditing is supposed to be. Thank you for being respectful and not harassing just for clicks and views. I can actually call you an auditor. Thank you for changing it, Charlie. Thank you so much. there you go. This is an instance of a guy that is used to calling everybody a frauditor, but he actually calls me an auditor. Thank you very much, Charlie. Love your take on DMA. He got what he deserved. Will he learn anything from it? Methinks not. All the best to you and your family. All the best to you and your family, Charlie. Thank you so much for recognizing that way of thinking is maybe not entirely correct. As far as DMA concerned, I do think he got what he deserved for the most part. Will he learn anything from it? I don't think so either. I actually think he's done with him going out and auditing portion, Charlie. I'm gonna make a bold prediction, if I may. I think now that he got his 100,000 subs, which is what his goal was, I think you're going to be seeing way less auditing and more commenting on other people's videos. Let's see. I don't think filming everywhere equates to harassment, a church or otherwise. Filming while being a jerk equates to harassment. Good distinction, Matthew. I appreciate you. TubeSock says, I think MLH is going to do great on FT and Familia TV. He's very level-headed, a good dude. If you're being sincere, TubeSock, I do appreciate that comment. Absolutely need more people to speak out against Wrangler. This man is making a living off the backs of men and women who died off of this country. Speaking of that, Nightmare Auditors, I do agree. Stolen valor is never a good thing. My grandfather was a World War II vet. He, he's a great guy. And my uncle was a Marine tanker. He drove tanks. So, stolen valor is one of the worst things that you can do, in my opinion. I have no respect for anybody that does stolen valor. Unreasonable Articulo says, Frauditor Troll doesn't say that every auditor is bad. His group is talking about frauditors, which is what his community calls the fraudulent auditors. I understand that, Unreasonable, but it's funny. Now that you bring that up about Frauditor Troll, he puts up a couple of videos about me and calls me a frauditor, and then sends me an email not really calling me a frauditor, calling me an auditor. So, which is it? Is every one of us a frauditor, or are there exceptions? But I understand where you guys are coming from too. There's a whole lot of bullshit in the community too, clicks and views types of stuff, right? Unreasonable Articulo. Hopefully you can keep watching. Thank you for your family service, MLH. Thank you, Solomon. It means a lot. Okay. Let's continue on here. T. Doran says, I'm on the other side. Saw you on Frauditor Troll's channel. I have to admit, you sound like an intelligent man, and you're doing this how it should be done. I don't have a problem at all with the 1A community if they do it right. I abhor DMA and others like him. You are correct. He's making it harder for everyone. The only case law he will make will be taking away more of our rights. Good on you. Keep up the good work. Thank you, T. Doran. I appreciate you coming on over. Hopefully you can stay and subscribe and watch more of my videos and all that good fun stuff. I agree with you. I think and I've said this on camera before, he's made things a lot more difficult for people trying to do the right things. And I have a feeling if he ever, 2 years from now, after he's done with his probation, if he ever gets back to doing this stuff, he is going to make it harder and harder because he does things the wrong way. You don't have an 0-3 about to be 0-4 record and not making it harder for everybody. The real people are trying to protect those rights, and the fake people are trying to ruin those rights. And he's doing a really good job of that. And I appreciate you for recognizing that and recognizing that there are people that are trying to do the right thing. Thank you, T. Doran. Let's continue on here. Rand R. Paranormal says, brother, just wanted to say that DMA was filming The Gentleman's Kid. That's why he approached DMA. It's illegal to record minors without the permission of the parents. That's actually not true, Randar Paranormal. It's not illegal to record without the permission of parents if you're in a public space. I think it's morally wrong, though, so I don't think we're too far apart here. He was asked not to record the minor, and DMA coped an attitude. All right, let me explain something here, because there's some distinctions to be made. DMA was wrong, morally bankrupt, in my opinion, to constantly pan down at the kid. Like, I would not have done that. Ginger was a little bit taller, so he could have easily panned the camera upwards instead of catching the kid in the camera. Was that part illegal? Absolutely not. If you look at the laws, it's not illegal to record anybody in public. Now, there is a fine line of harassment if you're walking around following somebody and recording them for a certain length of time. Then, of course, you can, it can be considered harassment. Now, I don't know what happened before the video, so that I can't say. All I saw was the video, and there were some things that the Ginger guy did wrong too. And if I ever sit down with Ginger, which he did email, he reached out to me, and I have replied. Hopefully we can get together and we can talk about it, because I think there's a bridging of the gap there too. I think we can come to a consensus and understand that both parties did some wrong things. Both were at fault, is what I'm trying to say. Being mean is not harassment, Rosie said. I agree. That's not in itself harassment. Joey Simpson says DMA gives the ones doing it right a bad name. I 100% agree with you, Joey, and welcome to the chat. Thank you so much, and thank you, Matthew, and all the mods for welcoming everybody in. Let's continue on here. He was asked not to record the minor, and DMA coped an attitude. Most of DMA's problems are caused by himself, and he doesn't take responsibility for his actions. I agree. I don't think we disagree on too much. Randar Paranormal, thank you for your comment. I appreciate it. Jesse Okrai says, like a few others here, I have been following frauditors for a while now. I find your channel and viewpoint refreshing. I wish people would get away from calling me a frauditor. That's cringy. I mean, it's akin, calling all of us frauditors is akin to all of us saying all cops are bad. 100% of cops are bad. 100% of government officials are bad. 100%. You see the generalizations that it does. It makes you. It's not a good look. It's not a good look on either's part. Let's see. Okay, let's continue on here. Thank you, Jesse Oakrise, by the way, for coming on over. I appreciate it. K Shay 11 says, hello, I'm a new sub, also brought here from Frauditor Troll. You absolutely seem like a level-headed man with a grasp on yourself. I'm looking forward to watching your work. It's great to hear someone who actually excuse me. Man, I've had to do a lot of comments, so now let me get something to drink. Sorry, guys. Hang on. Okay, I'm better. You absolutely seem like a level-headed man with a grasp on yourself. I'm looking forward to watching your work. It's great to hear someone who actually cares about the cause and not a knucklehead who will ruin his life with petty charges. I hope I'm welcome here. K-Shay, you are absolutely 100% welcome here. I think you will find that most of the people on my channel are very open-hearted and open-minded, and I'm very happy to have you as a subscriber. So thank you very much. I appreciate the subscription, and I hope you hold me accountable too, K-Shay. And here's another important point. It's always important to do self-reflection, but self-reflection only goes so far. It's up to people like you and people in my community to hold myself accountable for my actions. So I'm not saying I'm perfect. That's not the point. Ellie says, I don't know. Maybe DMA started out with good intentions. Who knows? But he went extreme, and there are consequences when you think you have the right to do whatever you want. Whenever you want. I agree. King Solomon says MLH is not a frauditor. Thank you, King Solomon. You know the truth. What is everybody's opinion about people supporting people like Wrangler and Jermitha? I can't say in the case of Jermitha Nightmare Audits, but anybody that supports somebody with stolen valor, if it's proven stolen valor, I think there's something wrong with those people. People are always going to have fans because of personalities and because of drama and because of whatever. But in the case of Frauditor Wrangler, I think every one of his subs should take a look in the mirror. East Los Audits, welcome in, man. I love your stream, East Los. I like the barbecue ones a lot, man. They're really good. Good stuff, MLH. Thank you, Eastlos. I appreciate it. Ellie says, I do not support Wrangler. I'm the same way. I don't support Fraud at Wrangler either. He's worthless. Fab Daddy says, support who you want. I agree, Fab Daddy. Who am I to say who to support? Too many damn frauditors in here. I can't stand it. Whatever, Topher. Let's see. I just hope Wrangler learns from his mistakes, but that cannot happen until he starts being 100% honest with himself and his audience, Ellie. 100%. I'm your favorite frauditor, Topher. Whatever. I'm happy says we are either a frauditor or troll or lenslicker or bootlicker, and on with the name calling. I don't like ad hominems in general. I am happy. I think they're unproductive and do nothing. Slapshot says DMA didn't appeal because he knew he was in the wrong. New viewer here, thanks to FT. Well done. Thank you, Slapshot. I appreciate that. I hope you can really watch my content and give me criticisms where criticism is due. You know, if there, as long as it's constructive and it's not, you know, hate comments, then I appreciate it. Let's see. Stolen Valor and Stolen Donos is not a good look. I agree, Ellie, 100%. Okay. Let's continue on here. Karen, let's see. Care Gerwitz says, I was curious to see how neutral you are. Nope, you are just as bad as all the other fraudsters. This is not how you affect change. And this is what, in regards to a video I did on Officer Ramos. Karen Gerwitz, if you delve into Tyrant Ramos, you will find out that right after, a couple hours after we took this video, this tyrant shot into a crowd of people and injured 6 people, innocent people. So tell me that I wasn't doing the right thing with this tyrant officer in that video. I am the real deal, and you will find that if you continue watching my videos. Mew Mew Girl said the fact that DMA wasn't supposed to be recording in there, and he was recording the guy's kid, that all shows that DMA was the one who started it, not Ginger. If you were behind someone who kept brake checking you just to provoke you, a cop even stopped them and told them they can't do it, but they got right back on the road and continued to brake check you, and you got out and approached them because of it, who would you consider was the instigator? All right, let me put this to rest, Mew Mew Girl. I understand your point, but let me tell you something. If you don't want to be recorded in a public space and somebody has a camera on you, are you going to go up to that camera? Are you going to sit there in front of that camera? All right, this is a legitimate question. I'm not trying to berate you. I'm just pointing out something here. Let's call a spade here. If you don't want to be in the camera, you can simply walk away. Ginger didn't walk away from the camera. In fact, Ginger stood there. I don't know what happened before. Okay, I'm not going to comment on that. And I do think it's wrong for DMA to chase people around with the camera and all that. I've seen him do that on more than one occasion. I call a spade. But let's talk about me, for instance. If I'm in a public lobby, for instance, the other day, I was in a public lobby at a police station. If someone walks into my frame and says, I don't want to be recorded, what does that say about me and what does that say about you? You walked into my frame. Now my interest is piqued. You don't want to be recorded, but yet you walk up to my camera, you can simply walk away. I think I will say that at times. I have said that, in fact, at times. I don't think DMA said that at all. And maybe that's the distinction. But if you also rewatch that video, Mew Mew Girl, Ginger injected his son into the conversation too. He was like, this is how you don't want to be, or whatever he said, which, okay, but you're still standing there. Just walk away. I mean, it's not that hard. Walk away. And then if DMA follows you, you got a case for harassment. You can say, this guy's been following me around for 45 minutes or an hour or 20 minutes or whatever. And then the cop can determine whether or not it was criminal, right? I happen to feel that it's morally wrong to follow around people unless they do something to you. You know, if you get hit by someone, then maybe you want to catch the license plate so you can file charges or something of that nature. I mean, I think if I got hit by somebody, I think I would probably run away or walk away. As a matter of fact, if you watch Rabbit Hole Part 4, there was an unhinged cop that got in my face, and I stepped back because I'm like, I don't want to be that close to you. So that's the thing. If you don't want to be in the camera and you're in public, just walk away from the camera. It's not really that high. Sly welcome. With or without a camera is irrelevant. The following around is bad enough. The camera is legal. Yeah, I agree, Joey. If you're following somebody around, you're completely in the wrong. You know. All right, let's. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have some held for review comments. So let's take a peek at those. Empty Woods. I think I already did this. Yeah, I think I'm gonna approve that comment, but I already talked about that comment. I don't know why it got here. I want to see them go. Okay. The reason that this comment was flagged, Jesse Oakrise, is because I don't normally. It's not that I don't allow these words. It's just that YouTube, if people get enough bad words in their comments, then YouTube doesn't look kindly on it. So I think your use of the word fuck got blocked here. So Conspiracy Music, I want to see them go to the VA. Go ahead and fuck and find out with veterans, some of which have PTSD. Yeah, see? I think he was saying what he thought you wanted to hear. I can see his fake shit. Shit was the word that was blocked, Nanya. Thank you very much, Nanya, though. I'm approving that comment. And what else here? Okay, show hidden comments. All right, these ones are the really quote-unquote egregious. Kip LA, welcome. Nice to have you here. Let's show these offensive comments. Let's see what we got. I know I'm gonna have a few of them. All right, Mary Horishny says, no one respects you frauditors, a bunch of rude, bear-baiting clowns that make money off of harassing innocent people. Disgusting. You didn't watch the video, did you, Mary Horishny? But thanks for the comment. Skinny green puppies, why are all you people either skinny, lame dorks or fat, obese pigs? There's no middle ground. You're all losers. None of you are First Amendment auditing anything. You're just trying to get money. Skinny green puppies, I think you're an idiot. Sorry to say that. But if you watch the video, you would see that I agreed that DMA got what he deserved. But obviously, you didn't watch the video either. So thanks for coming in and commenting. That's all I got to say. You pervs and your rabbit holes, Keeper says. Thank you, Keeper. Howard County says he saw you and knew you were documenting, yet he still threw trash out his window. I don't know why that was held, Howard County. That's a stupid cockroach, Michelle says. I'm going to approve that comment. And I don't know what else, why it did that, but let's see if there's anything else here. Okay, TubeSock 30 minutes ago, while you're in the chat, says, MLH seems legit. However, as I am listening to him read these comments right now, I forgot to mention that DMA is very similar to Rosa Parks. All right, I'm going to address that too. And how dare anyone say otherwise? I'm super happy for him and his media company. The fact the judge allowed him to go to Lana and Russell's wedding is awesome. Every journalist seems to be going to that wedding. Very similar to the wedding scene and The Godfather, but with journalists. Okay, let me comment on the Rosa Parks thing. This is something egregious that I need to address. DMA got up, and I kid you not, guys, and I wanted to laugh. Okay, this is one of the parts of the sentencing that I legit wanted to laugh. He got up and compared himself to Rosa Parks. DMA actually thinks he's on the level of a Rosa Parks. That's what his comment to the judge was. That's what I have to say to that, TubeSock. Comparing yourself, no one should be comparing themselves to Rosa Parks, let alone DMA of all people. But thank you for the comment, Mew Moo Girl. If I didn't say that, and I didn't I didn't give the thumbs up on these, really? All right, let's do this. Let's do that. Thank you, Nunya, for your comment. I think you are awesome. You know that. You can check out Nunya, I think, every week on Hot Tub on Bernie's channel. Make sure you check her out on Bernie B's channel. Sub and watch a lot of fun karaoke moments. So let's see if there are any more held for review. I think I filtered all those out. I think we're good there. Let's go back to the published. We're good there. Let's see if I got any mentions. Horizon City News Service mentioned me. Pink Floyd, Animals, full album. Thank you, Horizon. Also mentioned me on another video. Cops tried to give him a petty ticket. Things then turned ugly. I saw that video, and it was disgusting, Horizon City. Harry Nuts mentioned me on the Jordell Richardson video. Thank you very much. Talks Vlog mentioned me in a post. Thank you very much. Friends in Code mentioned me on the DMA Sentencing Live Update. Westside Accountability also mentioned me. Thank you very much. You guys should check out Westside and Friends in Code. Appreciate both of you. Shangy Girl mentioned me. Shagging Girl's got an interesting channel. Harry Nuts definitely has a great channel. Make sure you check out Harry Nuts. What else we got here? Lucky mentioned me. So I am getting the word out for you, Lucky. It's on your Collison Pueblo PD update. Slap on the wrist for cops involved. Deferred sentences, no accountability. I did see that video, Lucky. So thank you for bringing that to my attention. Westside's support on last week's show. Thank you very much. And I think that's it. Yep, that's it. Okay. Thanks to all the mentions. I really appreciate it. Let me look at chat here. Gonna go get my girls ready for a local parade. Keep up the good work, Emily. Thank you for stopping in, Joey. I really appreciate it. I'll be there, and I'm bringing HCO this time. Right on, Nanya. Yay. If your opinion differs from mine, you are wrong, Fat Daddy says. Kip LA, I don't know if I said hi to you, man, but welcome on in. Brosco and George, hello, Nightmare. Thank you very much, Bosco, for being here. What else? I think we're all good. Okay. That concludes the comments. I can't believe I got through all of that in a timely fashion. I want to thank all the new people coming on over from Frauditor Trolls channel. You can check me out on Frauditor Trolls channel tomorrow at 7 Eastern time. I will be there with bells on tonight. Let me check my email real quick, and I will confirm when I'm going to be on with Familia TV, which is another quote-unquote Frauditor channel. Or anti-frauditor channel, I should say. Let me confirm the time for you guys so you guys know where to check me out at. Back to you in the afternoon. Okay. Let's see. Okay. All right, so I don't got confirmation on Familia TV, but it's either going to be tonight at 7 Eastern, which is going to be ideal for me, or Monday Eastern on Familia TV. I'm actually, that one's really piqued my interest. It seems like everybody wants to interview me now, which is awesome and terrifying at the same time. Tomorrow at 7 Eastern, I'll be on the Frauditor Troll channel, so make sure you check me out tomorrow 7 Eastern on Frauditor Troll channel. I think it'll be hopefully an interesting and productive conversation. Hopefully we can bridge the gap even more between the two communities, and hopefully we can bring more people into the fold and have a better understanding of where everybody stands. Nightmare Auditors using that text-to-speech thing is never great. Ache Artist, thanks for encouraging dialogue. That's what it's all about, Ache Artist. That's what I want. I don't, and I made sure one of the conditions on both of those channels was that it would be a one-on-one conversation and not a pile-on, because I'm not interested. If we're gonna do a drama panel, I'm not interested in that, and I'll immediately jump off. So if either I get railroaded on either channel, I'm jumping off, not because I'm afraid, but because I think it's unproductive, and I want to be productive and have an open and honest dialogue and try to bridge the gap. Let's see. What else we got here? PVT Keikel Miser or Michael Kaiser. Welcome. Reporting to chat. Right on. Thanks for being in here at the end. Really appreciate it. Later, I am happy. Appreciate you. Okay, that's the end of the show, guys. Make sure you check me out on those 2 channels, whether it be today or Monday on Familia TV. I'm hoping that we can have an interesting and open dialogue there. And tomorrow, 7 Eastern on Frauditor Trolls channel. I'm hoping that, I'm sure I'm going to be treated fairly. And we will have an open and honest dialogue there, and hopefully bridge the gap and realize that not everybody doing this is a fraud. Fraud is a very heavy term and should be used accordingly. You still have my hair, Sly Shy? I think I grew mine back, Sly Shy. I think it's all here. Yeah, make sure you guys join that chat too. I don't want to be the only one, and I don't want it to devolve in chat into he said, she said, bullshit. I'm not about that. I'm about open and honest dialogue and understanding and we can agree to disagree type thing. I don't want it to be all one-sided. I want us to have a back and forth and talk about it. That's the whole point. So remember, either tonight or Monday, I'll give you guys a community post either way. I'll be on Familia TV. And tomorrow I'm going to be on the Frauditor Troll channel to discuss, obviously DMA's sentencing. And I think that's mostly what people want to talk about. So I'll be open and honest there too. So everyone should show up tomorrow at Trolls with an open mind. Don't be closed-minded and not listen. Well, I hope the same goes for all of the Frauditor Troll channels, people, Nightmare Auditors. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping everybody has an open mind and an open heart, and maybe we can come to some sort of understanding and hopefully. That's about all I got. You guys have a great day. Stay safe out there. I want to see you guys back here next week. Until then, watch other videos and make sure and comment, subscribe, all that good fun stuff. It's only going to do this channel well and others. And I'm a big proponent of helping other channels. So I want to do a special shout out to all the Frauditor Troll people that came on over and were kind and cordial and gave me good props for my coverage of that sentencing. I thank you guys very much. Hopefully you guys find many more things to talk about and to go back and forth on, So anyways, have a great day. See you guys next week. Stay safe. Until then, I am out.